What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay. I believe Brett told me this was a girl, so we'll go with that. Making her debut on the channel tonight. We have Kinoko Helmet. Yes, indeed. How about that? Kinoko Helmet making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brett Parks, and this is actually one of Brett's 3 prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page, so here you go, Brett. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Brett wanted to see me react to this song by Kinoko Helmet. It is a guitar cover of the Loudness song, Soldier of Fortune.
Hey, wait a minute.
Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. I have heard the song before. As a matter of fact, I just did a reaction to it yesterday. I just filmed it yesterday. Yeah, it was Loudness performing the song, obviously. But Brett wanted me to also react to this guitar cover from this young lady, Kinoko Helmet, to see, you know, how well that she does with it. So, just full transparency here, guys, full disclosure. I have heard the song before. I just heard it yesterday. It's still pretty fresh in my brain as to how it goes and how it sounds. So, I will not be taking the original song into account here in any way, shape, or form. I will only be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring what Kinoko Helmet does on the guitar with this song. I'm sure it's going to be a carbon copy cover, more than likely. I'm like 90% sure of that. But I want to see, you know, how well she plays and her technique and how accurately she plays the song. So that's what we're going to be basing the reaction on, is that, not the song itself. If you want to know what I thought about the song itself, go back about, I don't know, 6 reactions ago, and you'll see what I thought of the original song, all right? Anyway, let's see. This was posted by Kinoko Helmet. Surprise, surprise. And the video has 489,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Soldier of Fortune, Loudness. I have absolutely no idea what the rest of that says, so that's all right. Look, this is the link that Brett gave me, okay? So if we're not in the right place, don't blame me, blame Brett. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay. First things first. She's doing a fine job. Okay, she absolutely is. She's nailing it. She is, and this is not a criticism. Believe it or not, this is going to help with my argument, because I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to be watching this and are going to be, I don't know, for some strange feeling the impulse to, attack and say, oh, it's not real. And that. No, here's the thing, folks. She is, maybe she did this intentionally. It's very possible. She is ever so slightly out of tune. I'm going to say maybe somewhere between 5 to 7 cents flat. Okay. Now, the reason I'm saying this is when you heard her doing the solo lines, especially on the sustains, you could hear the recorded guitar line in the background. It's faint, but it's there. And you could hear her note. And they were just ever so slightly apart. So here's the thing. That proves two things. One, there is an additional guitar line being played. It's not a full-blown lip sync job. It's not like she's not playing. She's playing very clearly, okay? Number two, what was my second point? Criminy. It was a good one, too. Oh! No post-editing. So she's got to be doing this live. If this was post-edited and she was lip-syncing it, I don't know what you call guitar playing that's lip-synced. I don't know what you would call that. Guitar synced, I guess. I don't know. But if it was done in post, it would have been fixed. They would have done she would have done pitch correction and she would have fixed that. So I have a feeling, I'm like 90% sure that not only is she the one playing, but it's just live. So that makes it even more interesting. I can't tell because I can't see the bottom of the guitar. I'm wondering if at some point we're going to see the guitar pop up and I'm going to see if there's a chord in there or not. If I don't see a chord, then that's a big problem. That I was wrong. So I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. But as it stands right now, I believe she's playing live. And I already gave you my reasons why I believe that. So anyway, let's keep going here. There we are. I saw it. Let me back up a little bit. There it is. She's plugged in. She's playing live. Okay, cool. I mean, I believe she's playing live because she does have a. Now, look, I know. Just because the guitar is plugged into the guitar doesn't mean that the other end is plugged into anything. I know that. Okay, trust me. I'm one of the biggest advocates of that of the tricks of the trade, and I know them. Okay, just because it's plugged into the guitar doesn't mean it's plugged into anything else. But it eliminates any doubts as far as is the guitar plugged in or not. Because if this had popped up and there was nothing plugged in, well then, obviously, clearly a lip sync job. But with it being plugged in the way it is, I think she's playing live. It sounds live to me, and especially with the tapping. It's not like super clean like the original guitarist did. It's a little not muffled. It's a little the word I'm looking for. Not clean. It's precise. She's playing the right notes. She's just not. They're being cut a little short because she's anticipating and trying to get to the next note as quickly as she can. It's not. Each note isn't being given its due. Each note isn't sustaining as long as the original guitar player did. But she's still doing a fine job. Fine job. I mean, dear Lord, that tapping it's impressive. It is. So, and I'm sure with more practice, more time, more mastery of the instrument, give her another 2 or 3 years and she's going to be able to do it just like the original guitarist did. And she'll have the sustain on every single note. So I'm not criticizing her, guys. I'm not. I'm pointing out things that are proving my argument of I believe this is live. So anyway, let's keep going here. Let's finish this out. Nice job. Really nice job. Couple of things that actually kind of impressed me about her. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Kinoko Helmet with Soldier of Fortune. This was a request from Brett Parks. And this was actually one of Brett's 3 prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Brett. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, before I give my score, I just need to remind everybody that I've heard the song before. I just did a reaction to it not too long ago. All right. So I'm not taking the original song itself into account here in any way, shape, or form. I am basing my reaction and my score and my evaluation completely on what Kinoko Helmet did. Okay, her guitar cover, her technique, how accurately she played the song, how well she played the song. That's it. Okay, not on the songwriting and not on the song itself. Okay. Oh boy. I struggled with this. I did. I absolutely struggled with this because I wasn't sure where I was going to take this. I wasn't sure how far I was going to go with this. I know she's a kid. I know she's like 10 years old in this video. I don't know how old she is now. I have no clue. But I'm basing it completely on how she played. That is the only factor in this, not songwriting. So her technique, her accuracy with playing the song, that's all I'm taking into account here. And the reason I'm hesitant on giving this score is because it is very, very different from the score that I gave Loudness for their performance of the song. And when I give this score, guys, I don't want people to blow this out of proportion and go, well, you gave Loudness this score, but you're giving her this score. How's that fair? Guys, I hate to tell you this, life isn't fair. When I'm talking about the original song with the original band playing the song, there's a lot of other factors. Number one, there's more than just one person up there. I also take the songwriting into account. And to be honest with you guys, like I said during the course of the reaction, it's a good song. It's a pretty good song, but the song itself isn't all that impressively written. It isn't. So that is a factor, absolutely. And in this case, it's going to be a huge factor. And I'm going to give this score, and I know Loudness fans are going to be pissed. But quite frankly, I don't care. I really don't care. They can be as pissed as they want. The fact of the matter is, she didn't write the song. She's just playing what was previously written and doing, in my opinion, an outstanding job of it. So, having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that guitar cover a 9.0. Yep, 9.0. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this guitar cover deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, a 9.0. What does that mean? Well, a 9.0 would equal out to an outstanding scale rating. Not good, not great, outstanding. It would also equate out to 5 out of 5 stars, and it would also equate out to an A letter grade. Not A plus, but not A minus either, just an A letter grade. So there it is, 9.0, outstanding scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come to this score? Well, so glad you asked. Okay, first things first, was she playing live? I believe she was. I don't believe this was a lip sync job. Number one, the guitar was plugged in, so that automatically eliminates about half of the doubt. Okay, now granted, there's another half to that chord, and we don't know where it went. It could be going into an amp, it could be going direct into a board, it could be going directly into her computer, it could be going into a DI box. Hell, it could be going into a drawer for all we know. She could be sitting on it for all we know. We don't know where the other half of that cable is. We don't, okay? But here's the thing. The guitar was plugged in, which leads people to believe that she is playing live. Now, like I said, that other half of that cable could be plugged into absolutely anything, if anything at all. I mean, it may just be laying on the floor for all we know. But this goes into my second part of my argument. She was ever so slightly flat. Just enough to barely notice it when she was doing some of her solo work. In comparison to the original guitar line. Okay, so here's the thing. If this was pre-recorded and she was lip syncing, guitar syncing, I guess, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't she have taken the time to have gone into her computer and fixed that in post? Did a little pitch adjustment just to kind of fix it. Maybe do a second take, and tune her guitar and make sure it's in tune. And get on the second or third try and then post that up. This sounds like a one-take shot. Like she did this, live, one take, that's it. That's all. Went in there well rehearsed, well prepared, as well as she could be, and as a result, no post-production, no fixing, just what you see and what you hear is what you get. But I couldn't help but notice that she was just ever so slightly out of tune. And that again lends itself to it was live. So this is not a criticism. This is actually supporting the argument for this was live. It sounded, what she was playing, how she was playing it, she did a great job for the majority of the song. It was a great job. The riffs, well played, the verses, the choruses, her pickup switching. I was really impressed with that. I know people kind of roll their eyes when I mention stuff like this. They're like, oh, it's not that hard. You just flip a switch. I want you to try it. Grab an Ibanez, the exact guitar that she had, because I'll tell you right now, some Ibanez guitar, not all, if you go with the really high-end Ibanezes, you won't have this problem. Like if you go with like a JS, or you go with a Gem, you go with the Steve Vai signature Gem. You're not going to have this problem. But a lot of Ibanezes, especially on the lower end, boy, that pickup switch is tight. It is really tight. And you really got to kind of muscle it, you know what I mean? So it's not like you can just use your pinky and go flip, and it flips. You got to use your thumb and get down there. While she was playing, though, every time that she would switch the pickup, and she was switching her pickups frequently, it was clean, and she'd never missed a beat. Not once did she ever miss. That's not always easy to do, especially with the lower end Ibanezes, which it kind of looks like it. I'm not saying bottom of the barrel, the $200 model Ibanezes. I'm not talking about that, but it looks like one of those midline, Ibanezes that go for around somewhere between $600 to $800. It looks like one of those. And like I said, sometimes that toggle, man, it's not always, loose and easy to flip. So she had to put a little bit of strength into that more than likely, but she never let it slow her down. She never let it make her miss a beat. So that was impressive, and she did it very, very cleanly. I was really impressed by the fact that for the most part, her thumb on her left hand was right behind the neck and using proper left hand technique. Every time I see a guitar player play with their thumb over the top of the neck like this, I cringe. And all I can think of is tendonitis. That's all I can think of is, oh man, they're going to be suffering later in life. I guarantee you. They're going to be on stage and they're going to start playing, and all of a sudden, right in the middle of the show, their hand's going to do this. I've seen it happen. It's never happened to me. I had a great bass teacher who taught me a very hard lesson, but I sure did, man. I learned to keep my left thumb on the back of the neck at all times, and it really, really paid off. But her left-hand technique was really nice. Her picking technique also very nice, very, very clean. Now, overall, she did a great job. What pushed it into the nines for me was the guitar solo. Now, was it flawless? No, it wasn't flawless. There was some, towards the end, it got a little sloppy. And her tapping, every note was cut just a little bit short because she wanted to get to the next note. She didn't give she didn't give every note the length that it really needed. Not like the original guitar player did. But here's the thing. Was it clean? The tapping section, was it clean? Yeah, it was. Was it accurate? Was she playing the proper notes? Yes, she was. The speed at which she was doing it, was it impressive? Absolutely it was. Could it have been done better? Yes, it could have been, but for being 10 years old and not a professional musician, just a girl who plays the guitar at home, as far as I know, I've never heard of her. I don't know if she is a professional musician. I'm kind of giving her the Tina S treatment. I don't know if she's professional or not, but she sounded like a pro. I'll tell you that right now. I can't do it. Not that fast. Not especially 4-finger tapping. Dear Lord, it's one thing to tap with 2 fingers. That's one thing. But when you're tapping with 4 different fingers and inverted on top of it, that's not easy to do. That was impressive. That absolutely was. And that's how we got up to the 9.0, okay? And the taking into account also the fact that this was a live take. That's even more impressive. So yeah, that's how I came up with the 9.0, folks. I know Loudness fans are probably screaming bloody murder at me right now. How dare you give this little girl a higher score than what you gave Loudness, the band that originally came up with it? That's because I'm taking the songwriting into account with Loudness. Plus, there's 4 of them and only 1 of her. So, yeah, I don't have any regrets giving that 9.0. People can be as pissed as they want. I honestly don't care. But I'm just letting y'all know where I'm coming from. If you still want to be pissed at me about that afterwards, then you know what? Fine, be pissed, be upset, be triggered by my opinion.
What's the matter with you?
Think about that for a second. So anyway, 9.0, that's where we're going to stay. I feel good about that score. So let's wrap this up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? 9.0, outstanding scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Yes, all of those. It all adds up. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.